Your smartphone could be making you a target for thieves. Police are reporting a spike in smartphone and tablet robberies across the country. So how can you avoid becoming a victim? Joining us now is the founder of Gadget Track. His name is Ken Westin. Ken, why are we seeing a spike in iPhone thefts and tablet thefts across the country?
Well, it's something that's been increasing over the last few years. Roughly half the population in the U.S. Currently have a smartphone. As they become more expensive, they're also becoming status symbols.
Right.
Not only are they status symbols, but they're also easy to sell for quick cash. There's a high demand for them, even when they're used.
But not if you know what to do before your phone is stolen. And you take us through some of these tips before your phone is stolen. And people don't do this, but it's very simple to do. You say, we'll go through some of these tips here. Write down the unique ID of your device, also known as what, the IMEI number? A little techie, but it's worthwhile.
Yeah, there's different unique identifiers. Usually it's going to be on the box that actually your phone comes in. It's the IMEI number. Your carrier will also have that information for you, so it's something good to have written down. Also, it's really helpful for when you want to file a police report to have that information. It helps increase the odds that you're going to get your device back if police do come across it.
Right. Simply, if Apple knows that number and someone else tries to activate that phone, they know that exact number and they can pinpoint where it is. You also talk about setting a PIN or a passcode on your device. So many people just think, I don't need to worry about setting that PIN on the phone.
Right. You
got to do it.
Right. Not only is it the value of your device, but also your data that's on that device, especially when some of these devices end up in different countries. Your photos, your contacts, all your information. If you do set a PIN number on that device or a password, it allows you to ensure that your information stays safe.
What else can you do before your phone is stolen, like backing up and tracking? Anything like you can do in that regard?
Right. So you want to install, software like what we've built that allows you to track the device. Also, you can remotely wipe information from that device, and also ensures the information gets backed up if the device is ever stolen. You can also back up if it's an iPhone. You can back it up directly when you connect it to your computer.
Right.
So it's always good to make sure that your data stays safe. Just like your computer, you should always be backing up your information.
Right. You can use iCloud backups, which when you plug in every night, sync over Wi-Fi, and you can use your service. Right. Gadget Track to keep track of your gadgets. Also, next up, though, you say to protect yourself, there are a few things you can do when you're just walking around. I mean, this happens here on the subways in New York, but it's not just happening in New York.
Right, it's pretty much everywhere. It's pretty much epidemic. I mean, if you look at people, if you look on a train, everyone's looking down at their phone. They have their white earbuds, which are a key indicator that you have an iPhone. And usually it's when someone comes into, like when a train comes to a stop, that's usually when a thief is going to strike. They're calling them smash and grabs, where basically someone will come up and then punch you in the face, grab your phone, and then run when the doors open. So it's really important to make sure you're aware of your surroundings when you're in public transit, especially when the train stops, because that's usually when the thief is going to strike.
Yeah, I see this on the train a lot, and you just have to be more aware of it now that we know that this is more prevalent. Now, you say if your device is stolen, there are some things that you can do. Let's walk through these, starting with the police report.
Right. A lot of times people don't realize that if you file a police report, they think, hey, there's no chance I'm going to get my device back. There's nothing police can do. But what we found, especially in a lot of our recoveries, is that when we recover one device, we recover multiple devices, sometimes a huge operation, a fencing operation. So police will actually have a lot of phones, but they don't know who they belong to because a police report was never filed, so they don't have any way to map that unique ID I was talking about back to the owner. So it's critical that even if it's just your phone that got stolen, that you file a police report. And if there was no other crime that was committed, like as part of a burglary or anything like that, you can usually even file that police report directly online.
Yeah, and some police departments are taking it very seriously. New York City and then NYPD setting up its own division, not division, but group to go after stolen phones. You also say immediately contact your carrier, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, whatever, and have them deactivate your service. And you also say activate the tracking on the device. And you can actually remotely wipe the data as well, right?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, you have to have software installed prior, like Gadget Track or Apple's Find My iPhone. That all has to be installed on the device before it's stolen. But if it is on the device, you can activate that tracking, and hopefully, that'll provide you some information that you can then give to law enforcement to recover your device. It's really important not to try to recover a device on your own. It's critical that you work with law enforcement and provide that information directly to them.
Ken Westin is the founder of Gadget Track. Go there, check out his service, which will actually protect your gadgets as well. Ken, thank you. We appreciate it.
Great, thank you.
And if you have any questions, you can also find me on Twitter at Clayton Morris. In fact, I'll help you find your IMEI number, which can be buried in the menu, but I'll help you find it.